Hi, my name is Joe from the R&D team of IIMTS, an initiative of Genius Group of Institutions. Today, I'm going to share with you why choosing IIMTS is the smartest decision you made in your life. To understand that, let us first understand what is education. Fact is that education is all about knowledge and how and where you apply that knowledge. Most important thing is how we learn in the most simplified way while getting the maximum retention. This is where IIMTS promises to provide you a life-changing, dynamic learning experience which revolutionizes education. 19th century was the era of agriculture, mining, and transportation. So everyone in some way or the other was connected to these industries. The product of that era was farmers. 20th century was mostly about scientific progress in automobiles and manufacturing. The product was industrialist. 21st century is all about information technology. And technology has seeped into every bit of our life today. Think about this. Can you imagine spending one day without Google, WhatsApp, or Facebook, Gmail, YouTube, or Twitter? No way, right? Even I can't. And this proves that IT has impacted everything, even the most basic and essential need of mankind, which is education. We have now attained the freedom from information dependency. The product of this era is entrepreneur. In other words, millionaires. So we need to understand clearly what are the differences between traditional education and technology-enabled learning. In other words, as we call it, powerful digital education. This is where you stop worrying about memorizing things and get the education imprinted on your subconscious mind through real-time scenarios, just like how a movie impacts our memories. There are 7 major differentiators of digital education: time, money, speed, quality, convenience, repeatable learning, and higher retention of knowledge. Let's look at all of these one by one. Time. Instead of spending hours of driving, walking, or traveling in a bus or a taxi to the library or school or college or universities or institutions, you can now save that precious time and access education with just a click from wherever you are, whether home, park, office, restaurant, or elsewhere. And that's how you save precious time. Money. Instead of spending a lot of money on transportation or lodging or accommodation, in other words, you can surely save money if education is available to you at a much affordable price tag from anywhere, anytime. Speed. One of the most important factors of education is how promptly you get it. So instead of waiting for a book to be shipped or a teacher or a tutor to come all the way to your house to teach or tutor you, you can access digital learning resources instantly, 24/7, whenever and from wherever you want, without even having to wait for anyone at all, which means now you don't have to worry about academic year or a calendar year for getting your admissions. Instead, you can now enroll on any day out of 365 days in a year. That is what I call getting what you want right now. Quality. Instead of depending on printed books, which are text-based usually, and written by authors born in an entirely different era, with digital education, you can now get access to countless numbers of options with world-class content presented in the best possible way with latest updated information from the real-time market, which is constantly updated, upgraded, enhanced by professionals and research experts from all around the world. And that too by top universities such as Harvard, Yale, Wharton, MIT, and many more. And this is made available absolutely free of cost to anyone, anywhere, anytime. This raises the quality of education gained by each student to a much higher level. Convenience. 21st century is also about instant digital solutions at your fingertips. When was the last time you actually stood in a queue for banking, to book a service appointment for your car, or to book a cab, ordering pizzas, or to pay your utility bills like water, electricity, telephone, etc., or to even transfer money? When was the last time you did any of these standing in a queue? Long time back, right? But that's because you can now do all these things with just a push of a button, or as simple as sending a message. If you can transfer your hard-earned millions of dollars within split of a second to someone else right in the other end of the world, absolutely with 0% worry, just imagine, can life really become any more convenient? Oh, and by the way, you want to show your kids pens and books? Well, go right ahead. Take them to a museum, because that is where it has now reached. This is where IT has changed your lives 180 degrees. Digital education is now available to even a common man at almost free of cost, as compared to expensive and mostly unaffordable traditional education. Because technology has made it possible to bridge the gap between the source of information and its final destination, that is you. And that's you. And that's you too. You see, you can now access thousands of books and millions of hours of learning material stored in a hard drive almost halfway around the world from wherever you are in just a click, for absolutely free of cost. That is what I call convenience. Repeatable learning. Everyone is born unique, and that is what makes each person's ability to learn and grasp knowledge different from each other. When this gets combined with lack of time and a busy schedule, learning can really become very difficult. Usually in a traditional classroom setup, these sessions conducted by a teacher is never 100% duplicatable, which means he or she can never repeat the session exactly the same way. There will surely be deviations, in addition to other issues such as maybe your mood is not right, fatigue, teacher's style of learning, and the entire quality of the session itself. And mostly there is an additional cost which is also involved if you want additional classes or tuitions. However, with education going digital, once a subject is recorded, there is no reason for anyone else to reinvent the wheel all over again. Instead, we can just eliminate all the problems that can occur due to manual repetitions while maintaining the same level of quality. Because we can now pause, rewind, watch, and listen again and again as many times as you want, depending on your grasping power, and that too absolutely free of charge. This feature benefits every learner, irrespective of their age, IQ, or learning abilities, or even physical location. Higher retention of knowledge. With the use of powerful audiovisual learning content delivered by highly experienced professional and tech-savvy faculty who ensure involvement and engagement, it becomes absolutely easy for you to retain the knowledge much higher than attending a lecture, which is mostly monotonous and dull. Well, this being the 21st century and era of information technology, IIMTS brings to you a world-class digital education solution which can really transform your lives. To make this possible, we have potentialized the powers of technology and internet, combined with a team that has in-depth knowledge and vast experience of creating and imparting knowledge, to create a revolutionary way of learning, which gives education an entirely new perspective. You know something? According to the analysis of learning retention, which was done by NTL, we strongly believe it was found out that attending lectures or just reading books can only bring about maximum 5 to 10% of retention, whereas combining this with powerful audio visuals, interactivity, engagement, the retention of that learning can reach up to an unbelievable 70%. And combining this with essential components such as relationship building, personal care, interaction, etc., IIMTS takes pride in being able to provide you 3 life-changing value propositions. Number 1, academic services. Number 2, support services. Number 3, resource center. And let me explain to you what these mean one by one. Academic services. Live interactive web classes are conducted daily by highly professional faculty who studied and have also taught in world-class institutions such as IIM and IIT in India, also called Harvard of India, University of Michigan, University of Wisconsin, American Intercontinental University, Illinois, University of Phoenix, Arizona, Colorado State University, Colorado, American University, Washington, D.C., Brooklyn College, New York, and so many more. State-of-the-art learning management system. A platform worth millions of dollars made using cutting-edge technology. It features over 1 million learning hours in various forms such as interactive ebooks, chapter-by-chapter e-lectures, captivating video lectures, ready-to-access database of resource links, video library, assessments, and case studies of Fortune 500 companies. An exhaustive collection of 2,500 printed and digital ebooks written, composed, and printed exclusively by IIMTS for you, and various other unmatchable features that can benefit each and every student just like you to be educated in the best possible way. Student services. Unlike in a long-distance education scenario, and even in most of the regular traditional colleges or universities, wherein a student is only contacted a couple of times a year, the dedicated team of student affairs at IIMTS works very hard to maintain a strong, supportive, and an encouraging relationship with each and every one of you by contacting you personally, calling you at least 3 to 5 times a month, and also via emails to ensure that you are having a fruitful learning experience, as well as to provide solutions to any of your needs from time to time. This also includes providing you information about various courses and curriculum-based updates, news, etc., which students like you must know from time to time in order to avail the best of what IIMTS provides. Resource Center services. Once the content of a certain subject is rolled out in form of books and various components of LMS, the team of about 450 subject matter experts, content writers, research professionals, and creative heads work round the clock to ensure that this content is continuously updated, enhanced, and upgraded consistently according to the emerging market conditions, academic trends, and various other factors. So now that you have understood that you have really made the right decision by choosing IIMTS for your higher education, let me show you how each one of these super fabulous components have redefined learning and redesigned education. I'm sure you will fall in love with every bit of it.